bunkers. The top 1% are building bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg is constructing one in Hawaii, and it's worth $270 million.
For decades, presidents, tech billionaires, celebrities, and corporate leaders have built luxurious bunkers to protect their families from disasters, whether war, massive earthquakes like the 1800s New Madrid quake, or pandemics like COVID-19. But what does a presidential bunker look like? Is it an extravagant doomsday village or a hyper-secure luxury condo? Well, if you're curious to find out, then this is the video you need to watch. Akershus Fortress in Oslo, Norway. Akershus Fortress sits in the heart of Oslo, its stone walls whispering stories of power and resilience. It has guarded the city since the late 1290s, when King Haakon V ordered its construction. Perched at the tip of a headland, its location was no accident. Control of the sea meant control of trade, and Akershus was built to defend Norway's vital maritime routes. Despite numerous attacks, mostly from Sweden, the fortress never fell to an assault. In the early 1600s, King Christian IV transformed the medieval stronghold into a Renaissance-style castle fit for royalty. It served as a regal residence, but as the years passed, its grandeur faded. By the 17th and 18th centuries, it had fallen into neglect, its walls worn by time. Restoration efforts began in 1899, breathing new life into its halls. Walking through its ancient corridors, you step into a place where history lingers in every stone, a fortress that has stood firm through centuries of change. Akershus Fortress was not just a medieval stronghold, it was a carefully designed defensive masterpiece. Positioned strategically at the edge of the Oslo fjord, it provided a stronghold against invasions while ensuring quick access to the sea for retreat or reinforcements. Its high stone walls, secure gates, and commanding view of the surrounding landscape made it nearly impenetrable. This might be impressive, but buckle up, because things are about to get wild. Vivos Europa 1, Germany. Norway's Akershus Fortress might be big, but Germany's Cold War complex hides bigger secrets behind blast doors designed for nuclear war. Vivos Europa 1 in Germany is one of the most fortified underground shelters ever built. Originally carved into solid bedrock by the Soviets during the Cold War, this 76-acre facility was designed to store military equipment and withstand nuclear blasts, airliner crashes, and biological threats. Now privately owned, it has become a high-security survival complex for select families. The underground shelter spans over 23,000 square meters of blast-proof living areas, with additional office spaces, warehouses, and even its train depot. The tunnel system stretches for more than 5 kilometers, creating a secure, self-sustaining environment. Each private living space offers 232 square meters of customizable floor area, with the option to expand to 465 square meters. Residents can design their interiors to match the luxury of a mega yacht, complete with pools, home theaters, gyms, and high-end furnishings. Security and maintenance are handled by full-time staff, ensuring the facility is always ready. Members can arrive by car or private aircraft, with helicopters available for final transport to the compound. Prices can reach millions of dollars per unit. While the price may seem excessive, the luxury and security make it worthwhile. Trident Lake, Texas, USA. Welcome to Texas, where everything is extra big. Trident Lakes is a high-end, fortified retreat designed for those who want both luxury and security. Located in Ector, Texas, about 70 miles from Dallas, this $320 million development by Vintuary Holdings Corporation is no ordinary resort. It's built to handle worst-case scenarios, from nuclear threats to global pandemics. The 700-acre project is heavily guarded by a wraparound 13-foot security wall, 2 private security watchtowers camouflaged as architectural features, a private security force, and possibly a private airstrip at approximately 6,000 feet long, enough to handle almost any aircraft. According to CEO James O'Connor, every element is designed for maximum protection. The concept emerged in 2016 when a group of Dallas elites discussed the need for a high-security haven that didn't compromise on comfort. Realizing nothing like it existed in the US, they formed a board and began planning. After months of research and consultations with ex-military experts, they integrated essential survival features: a network of underground tunnels, an advanced air purification system, and sustainable resources like off-grid food, water, and electricity ensure residents can thrive, even in the worst circumstances. Underground House, Las Vegas, USA. If you look at this private Las Vegas home from the end of Flamingo Road, you might not think much of it. It's a very ordinary two-story house that appears to have been built in the 1980s, but 26 feet beneath the house is an incredible gem. Down below, a sprawling 6,000-square-foot residence features 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, a fireplace, and even a separate casita. The space opens up to an artificial landscape with lush greenery, murals of scenic views, a fountain, and even a lawn. Every detail was crafted to make life underground feel just like the outside world. Beyond the home itself, the entire underground environment stretches over 15,000 square feet, complete with 12-foot ceilings and a lighting system that mimics the shifting hues of the sky. A pool, 2 spas, a putting green, and a sauna make it clear this is more than a typical bunker. There's also a wet bar, dance floor, billiard room, and seating for over 120 guests. This unique piece of Vegas history was built in the 1970s by Jerry Henderson, a businessman and philanthropist who was a director of Avon Products. He died in 1983. Rising S Bunkers, Texas, USA. Rising S Bunkers in Texas designs underground shelters that combine safety with comfort. Originally a storm shelter manufacturer, the company expanded into doomsday bunkers after a client requested a larger, fully equipped underground home. Since then, its customer base has grown to include tech executives, athletes, politicians, and celebrities. Each bunker is built in Texas warehouses using high-grade steel coated with protective rubber to prevent rust and corrosion. Rising S handles the entire process, from construction to installation, ensuring top quality without relying on outside contractors. These bunkers are typically buried at least 11 feet underground, reinforced with concrete and soil for maximum protection, and designed to withstand even nuclear threats. Customization is a major selling point. Buyers can choose layouts tailored to their needs, from compact emergency shelters to sprawling underground estates with bedrooms, gyms, theaters, and shooting ranges. Advanced air filtration systems, including NBC filters, keep the air safe, while off-grid options like solar power, water storage, and greenhouses allow long-term survival. Prices start around $40,000, but can reach millions, depending on features. New Zealand havens. New Zealand has become a top destination for the world's wealthiest, especially tech elites looking for secure retreats. Its remote location, political stability, and untouched landscapes make it an ideal place for high-end survival bunkers. These estates offer more than just privacy. They are designed for comfort, security, and long-term sustainability. One of the most well-known properties is Peter Thiel's 475-acre estate near Lake Wanaka. It features a luxury lodge with 11 suites, a meditation pod, a spa, and a library. Designed to blend with the landscape, it incorporates local plants and eco-friendly materials. More than just a getaway, this estate is built for both relaxation and resilience. The appeal of New Zealand extends beyond its beauty. The country is distant from global conflicts and has a reputation for neutrality, making it a strategic location for those preparing for future uncertainties. Many of these retreats include underground bunkers, private airstrips, and advanced security systems, ensuring complete self-sufficiency. Companies like Rising S design high-end shelters with hydroponic gardens, renewable energy sources, and air filtration systems. Atlas Survival Shelter. These next set of bunkers are crafted from thick steel walls, designed to withstand extreme conditions. Reinforced bulletproof hatches and advanced air filtration systems ensure protection in any crisis. But what sets Atlas apart is its focus on style and customization. Buyers can tailor layouts and features to fit their needs. The high-end models offer marble flooring, custom kitchens, spacious walk-in showers, and entertainment centers. It's a level of comfort rarely expected in a survival shelter. Some even use these spaces beyond emergencies, transforming them into wine cellars, gun safes, or private retreats. The square modular models add even more flexibility. Master bedrooms and full living areas create a setup suitable for long-term stays. Self-sufficiency is a priority, with options like mudrooms for decontamination, hidden storage spaces, and solar power integration. These features make it possible to live off-grid for extended periods without sacrificing modern conveniences. Atlas serves a diverse clientele, from families preparing for natural disasters to survivalists planning for global crises. Even those simply looking for an exclusive underground retreat turn to Atlas. So would you? The Aristocrat Bunkers, North Dakota, USA. The Aristocrat Bunkers in North Dakota redefine underground living with a blend of security, innovation, and comfort. Built to withstand extreme conditions, these bunkers feature reinforced concrete and high-grade alloys, ensuring durability against natural and man-made threats. Every inch is optimized, balancing practicality with open, breathable spaces that challenge the usual perception of underground shelters. Sustainability is at the core of the design. Solar panels generate power, advanced water filtration systems ensure clean supply, and efficient waste management supports long-term self-sufficiency. Inside, the spaces exude elegance, with high-end furnishings, ambient lighting, and carefully selected decor that create a welcoming atmosphere. Technology plays a crucial role in enhancing comfort. Smart home features allow residents to control lighting, temperature, and security with ease. Gary Lynch, the general manager of the developing company, says, "The Aristocrat, which is priced at $8.35 million, offers a gym, sauna, swimming pool, hot tub, billiards room, greenhouse, and garage." Just when you think you've seen the best bunkers, watch out for the next one. Survival Condos, Kansas, USA. Hidden deep in Kansas, the Survival Condo offers a secure retreat for those preparing for any global disaster. Built inside an Atlas missile silo from the 1960s, its 9-foot-thick steel-reinforced concrete walls were originally designed to withstand nuclear attacks. Reinforced even further, this underground complex stretches 200 feet below the surface, featuring 15 floors of high-tech survival spaces. Access is controlled through 8-ton steel doors, with 24-hour security, surveillance cameras, and barbed wire fencing ensuring complete protection. Inside, luxury meets preparedness. Full floor and half-floor residences come equipped with modern kitchens, automated lighting, and touch panel climate control. To prevent cabin fever, residents have access to a swimming pool with a built-in water purification system, a climbing wall, a gym, and even a cinema with 2,000 movies stored. The upper floors house medical facilities, a registered pharmacy, and food storage designed to last for decades. Security is a priority, with an in-house gun range and emergency supply rooms stocked with survival gear. TV screens simulate outdoor views to maintain mental well-being, making life underground feel as normal as possible. The Survival Condo proves that staying safe doesn't mean giving up comfort, but holding on because the best part is coming up. Chinese president's luxurious bunker. China is constructing a massive military complex in western Beijing, a site that U.S. intelligence believes could serve as the world's largest wartime command center. Covering roughly 607 hectares, over 10 times the size of the Pentagon, the facility is located 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing and features deep underground bunkers designed to protect military leadership in a conflict, including potential nuclear war. Satellite images show construction began in mid-2024, with intelligence analysts referring to it as Beijing Military City. This development aligns with the People's Liberation Army's modernization efforts ahead of its centenary in 2027. President Xi Jinping has directed the PLA to enhance its capability, including the ability to launch an attack on Taiwan. The PLA is also expanding its nuclear arsenal and improving coordination between its military branches. Despite the scale of construction, the site remains highly secretive, with no commercial real estate signs or online records. Guards block access, and strict security measures prohibit drones and photography. Analysts see this as a clear signal of Beijing's ambition to develop advanced nuclear warfighting capabilities, reinforcing China's strategic position in an era of increasing global tensions.
The scientific community has been buzzing with theories attempting to explain this anomaly.
Could cause to our planet and humanity at large. The public's fear manifested itself in different ways, and all of these accumulated into legal action. Several lawsuits were filed to stop the LHC's activation, most notably by Walter L. Wagner, a former nuclear safety officer, and Luis Sancho, a Spanish science writer. They argued in court that the LHC posed an existential threat to the planet. Their case was based largely on the fears of black holes, strangelets, and other catastrophic scenarios. Meanwhile, protests took place outside CERN's headquarters and in other parts of Europe, with activists calling for the project to be halted until all safety concerns were addressed. In response to that, CERN itself came out with several reassurances based on scientific evidence and expert analysis. First, they explained that while the LHC is indeed the most powerful particle accelerator ever built, the energy levels it produces are still far below those that naturally occur in the universe. Cosmic rays, which are high-energy particles from space, regularly collide with Earth's atmosphere at much higher energies than those generated by the LHC, yet no harm has ever come from these natural processes. If these cosmic collisions haven't caused any dangerous phenomena, it is highly unlikely that the LHC would. Second, regarding fears of black holes, CERN clarified that if miniature black holes were to be produced in the LHC, they would pose no threat. According to well-established physics, any microscopic black holes that might form would evaporate almost instantly due to a process known as Hawking radiation. These black holes would be incredibly unstable and would disintegrate in a fraction of a second, making them harmless. Similarly, concerns about strangelets, hypothetical particles that could potentially convert normal matter into strange matter, were addressed by pointing out that there was no evidence for the existence of strangelets. According to CERN, even if they were produced, theoretical studies suggested they would not lead to any dangerous reactions. They even conducted extensive safety reviews with independent panels of scientists who concluded that the LHC posed no credible threat to humanity or the planet. The European Organization for Nuclear Research reassured the public that the experiments carried out at the LHC were safe, and that the fears were rooted in misunderstandings of the science involved. But even this didn't ease the public's anxiety.
The world's most powerful fusion plant, jet fusion, in Culham in Oxfordshire. It is, say the team here, a landmark for this technology.
To make matters worse, even the lawsuits that had gained attention were dismissed in court both by a U.S. federal judge and by the European Court of Human Rights. Still, small groups of people continued to voice concerns about the potential long-term risks of these experiments. For some, the LHC symbolizes humanity's ambition to understand the universe, but for others, it remains a reminder of how little we know about the cosmos and how far we might accidentally push its limits. It is this concern, alongside the scientists' need to create a mechanism for the sole study and understanding of the Higgs boson particles, that made scientists and even mere scholars give special attention to the CEPC project when it was introduced. Could this single innovation ease the public's anxiety while giving scientists the long-awaited results? Yes, that was the most exciting part, and it made many speculate that given its capabilities, it could lead to the ultimate shutdown of CERN if care is not taken. To simplify this complex situation, we'll have to look into its potentials independently, starting with it being the long-awaited cure to the public's fears of a catastrophic human end due to high-risk scientific experiments. The Circular Electron-Positron Collider, as the ultimate solution to LHC's high-energy challenges. The Large Hadron Collider, as we know, is a huge particle accelerator that smashes protons together at incredibly high speeds. The energy produced in those proton collisions is massive, way more than what's needed to study most of the particles and physics we already know about. It was originally built to explore realms of physics that haven't been fully mapped out yet, which explains the high amount of energy used in its operations. This high-energy environment at the LHC raised the concern that the crazy amount of energy could potentially create something really strange, like little black holes or weird new forms of matter that might even destroy the world. On the other hand, the CEPC is different, because it is designed to work with electron-positron collisions, not proton collisions, at a lower energy of 240 gigaelectron volts, which is much less than LHC's. And because it is much more focused on exploring the known particles and forces we've already discovered, its experiments are much more controlled and predictable. Also, electron-positron collisions are cleaner and simpler because the particles involved are fundamental, meaning they don't break into bits of other particles like protons do. The energy levels needed for its experiments are far below the threshold where any of the catastrophic scenarios speculated for the LHC could even occur, which is to say that whether theoretically or practically, with the CEPC, the risks of creating anything like black holes or strangelets happening are extremely minimal to non-existent. Now, apart from this welcome development enabled by the CEPC, the major potentials of the CEPC, which scientists claim could overthrow the LHC and any other CERN innovations, while solidifying China's place as the leader in particle physics, is what we're going to reveal next. But first, what is the CEPC, and how does it plan to achieve this? The potentials of the Circular Electron-Positron Collider. The Circular Electron-Positron Collider, CEPC, is an exciting new project proposed by the Chinese particle physics community that aims to enhance our understanding of the fundamental laws of the universe, particularly the properties of the Higgs boson and other elementary particles. The CEPC will be constructed in China and will feature a massive circular underground tunnel that is approximately 100 kilometers in circumference. It is designed as a double-ring collider, which means that it will have two separate beam pipes where electrons and positrons.
What happens here is we have two vacuum pipes inside these magnets, and in the vacuum pipes we have two beams of protons going in opposite directions.
The antimatter counterparts of electrons will circulate in opposite directions. The collider will have two interaction points where the beams will collide, and these points will host the detectors for various experiments. The CEPC has three primary goals. First and foremost, according to Andrew Cohen, a currently serving theoretical physicist at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, the collider is expected to generate over 1 million Higgs bosons during its operational phase, which is planned to last for around 10 years. This abundance of Higgs particles will allow physicists to study their properties in great detail, leading to a deeper understanding of this fundamental building block of the universe. In addition to studying the Higgs boson, the CEPC will delve into the intricacies of the Z and W bosons.
As opposed to trying to measure the mass of the Z boson, the other particle that transmits the weak interaction, which is like trying to measure the length of a stick by holding it at both ends with both hands.
These particles play a crucial role in the electro-weak interaction, one of the four fundamental forces that govern the behavior of matter and energy. When the CEPC operates at the Z-pole, which corresponds to a collision energy of around 91 gigaelectron volts, it will enable scientists to conduct highly precise measurements of the Z boson's mass and its various decay patterns. This includes examining the interaction between the Z boson and bottom quarks. By producing an astounding 1 trillion Z bosons, the CEPC will provide an unprecedented wealth of data for these investigations, allowing researchers to gain a deeper understanding of how the Z boson behaves and interacts with other fundamental particles. The CEPC will also function as a W factory, generating around 100 million W bosons during its operational phase. The W boson is another key player in the world of particle physics, as it is responsible for one of the fundamental forces of nature, known as the weak force. By precisely measuring the W boson's mass and the various ways it can decay, the CEPC will contribute invaluable insights into the unification of the different forces that govern the universe, a long-standing goal in particle physics research. Apart from studying the already existing particles, it's also going to explore some of the biggest mysteries in the universe, one of which could lead to the discovery of something called supersymmetry. The idea behind supersymmetry is that for every single particle we're familiar with, like the electrons, quarks, and force carriers that make up the standard model of particle physics, there could be a brand new, unseen partner particle out there. On a normal scale, these supersymmetric partner particles are incredibly difficult to spot, especially at colliders like the LHC that smash protons together because of the close resemblance of their mass to other existing particle masses. However, with the CEPC, which is an electron-positron collider, researchers will be given a much cleaner environment to search for the signatures of these supersymmetric particles. In addition to the search for supersymmetry,
area of research is in the search for supersymmetry. This is a theory which extends the standard model, which is our current best theory of how particles interact at the smallest distances.
the CEPC will also provide opportunities to study potential dark matter candidates. Ironically, though dark matter is a form of matter that makes up the majority of the universe's mass, its nature remains largely unknown. So, by examining the interactions of particles produced in the CEPC's collisions, researchers can search for indirect evidence of dark matter through missing energy and momentum in the final stages of particle decays and how it interacts with the particles we're familiar with. And if successful, it would be an absolute game changer, forcing us to completely rethink and rewrite our understanding of how the universe works at the most fundamental level. The battle between CERN and China. Who will take the trophy? As we all know, CERN has been the world's leading particle physics laboratory in our search for the fundamental truths of the universe for decades. Its exceptional achievements, from the discovery of the Higgs boson to its role in confirming the standard model of physics, have placed it at the pinnacle of scientific exploration in a way that no other institution has rivaled. But it seemed they started to lose their edge, and it was only when China proposed their CEPC project that they went back to the drawing board and emerged with the Future Circular Collider idea, which aimed to extend the capabilities of the LHC by achieving much higher collision energies, up to 100 TeV, and exploring a broader range of physics phenomena in 2013. Though solid, it appears they may lose this battle of dominance to China because while CERN has been focused on upgrading its LHC, China is taking a different approach by designing something from the ground up.
The Large Hadron Collider is one of the wonders of the modern world. It's believed to be the largest and most complex machine mankind has ever created.
That could offer fresher, more flexible ways to explore the unknown. And if performed well, it could cause a seismic shift and ultimately reshape the future of particle physics. This collider has been described as a game changer because it signals that the scientific landscape is about to change and that the baton of leadership in particle physics is about to be snatched from CERN's grasp by China. This is simply because of the potential this innovation has to not only confirm the discoveries made by CERN, but to surpass them, offering scientists a more refined tool to explore new dimensions of particle physics that could shake up our current understanding. Experts believe the Circular Electron-Positron Collider, CEPC, is more likely to succeed than the Future Circular Collider, FCC, for several simple but important reasons. One of the main reasons is cost. The CEPC is estimated to cost around $5.2 billion, which is significantly more affordable compared to the FCC's projected $17 billion price tag. With the current state of the global economy, the lower construction cost of the CEPC makes it more appealing to governments and funding agencies, increasing the likelihood that it will get the financial backing it needs without delays. The case may be the opposite for CERN's FCC project, as investors may question its feasibility. Second is the timeline. The proposal for the CEPC has been submitted to the Chinese government for approval and inclusion in its 5-year plan. What this means is that if approved, construction would begin sooner, possibly between 2027 and the very early 2030s. The FCC, on the other hand, probably won't be up and running until the 2040s. This means the CEPC will start producing results faster, helping scientists make discoveries while we're still waiting for the FCC to be built. Another key advantage of the CEPC is its luminosity. Now, luminosity basically refers to how many particle collisions a collider can produce. The CEPC is designed to be a Higgs factory, meaning it will be really good at creating millions of Higgs bosons, the particles that scientists are eager to study. The FCC will have higher energy and broader research goals, but it won't be as specialized for producing Higgs bosons, which makes the CEPC more efficient for this kind of research, which in the long run will inadvertently place China at the forefront this exploration race. But that's not all. The CEPC's most attractive aspect to scientists is its flexibility. It will start as an electron-positron collider, focusing on really precise measurements of important particles like the Higgs boson.
So basically this year is a great moment of celebration because now we've seen the first protons really colliding in our experiment.
But here's the cool part. It can be upgraded later to do proton-proton collisions, which means it will not lose its relevance for many years. Sadly, the same cannot be said for the FCC, which has a very limited scope. Not to mention its specificity. As we all know, any endeavor that is channeled to a specific course performs better and gains more authority in the specific field than those with generalized purposes. With its very streamlined purpose, there's no doubt that it would in no time be an authority in the research of the Higgs boson. In fact, some physicists have hinted that the CEPC could be to the Higgs boson what a telescope was to early astronomers. CERN is the one who discovers a new continent, while the CEPC is the explorer who maps out the entire terrain to reveal secrets that lie beneath the surface. What makes this moment in history particularly fascinating is that it mirrors some of the greatest rivalries in scientific history. Just as the race to the moon between the United States and the Soviet Union pushed space exploration to new heights, this emerging competition between CERN and China could fuel a new era of discovery in particle physics. What do you think of the CEPC innovation? Do you think it is enough to displace CERN as the leader in exploration of particle physics? If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channels. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.